If you follow our social media, you know that we love the monarch butterflies, but some have asked, well, why are you into this so much? And, I remember as a small child, and that was a few years ago, just seeing the monarch butterflies. And now that, they're in decline and literally being considered for the endangered species list, to think that we could have a world without the monarch butterflies and the beauty of it is just something I don't want to think about. Now, some of the reasons are beyond our control, but some of them are man-made. And so we try to bring awareness to the monarch butterflies and do things that we think can maybe help, growing milkweed, growing nectar plants, raising some monarchs, testing for OE to make sure we're not making the problem worse, and those different kinds of things, and also trying to get around and educate others and make others aware and what they can do. And so Kathy, tell me, that's sort of what is for me, but what is it for you that makes it so special?
Oh, pretty much the same thing. Just in addition to that, there's so many illustrations that we can use with the monarch butterflies, and they're just so pretty.
Yeah, I think you've taken some of them to the church,
yeah.
and had it with the kids and let some of the kids at church release the monarchs and talk about them there. And
so much fun. And I talk about them at work, and I talk about them with different groups.
Tell me a little about Saturday, and what was that experience like for you at the Monarch Festival?
It was so fun to be able to share in the whole process. So not only did we have an egg that hatched, and then we got to show them each of the stages of the caterpillar, and going into a J-hang and a chrysalis, we had all of those. And then we had one, it closed from the chrysalis and become a butterfly. It was just so much fun. I actually had 4 during the festival. It was amazing and so much fun.
How does it make you feel? I know I saw you in a hot tent in there, and literally, thousands of people there, but hundreds probably came through there with the kids and parents asking questions. How does that make you feel?
Oh my gosh, it was so good, and so many good questions. People are really concerned, and it was a joy just to share the minute knowledge that I've gained in the last few years of the monarchs and how we can help.
Yeah, and especially working with our good friend Marty Powers.
Yes.
Marty here.
Mr. Monarch.
Yep, sort of known as Mr. Monarch here in the Northwest Arkansas area, and he does a lot. I mean, this last year, 5,000 milkweed plants that he, on his own, down at the Elkins nursery, grew them, and then, others came alongside him to help give those away. And, even today I went with Marty, and we had some 8 that had closed yesterday, and so Abigail Farrell, the East teacher at J.O. Kelly Middle School, who's done a lot with Marty in helping plant milkweed and do other kinds of projects around here, had asked if we got some, so we took some over there, and it was fun. And there's this one picture I got with this young boy just with amazement in his face, and those are the kind of things that make it. Tell me a little, we've had time, with our own grandkids, and even over here, Haley, our next door neighbor, little girl, and tell me what you think about that. How does that make you feel?
Oh my goodness. And even a few years ago when one of our granddaughters, I don't know, she was probably 3, and she had it, and she was holding it in her hand, and it stayed there for a minute, and then she bent down and kissed it. That was probably one of my favorites. Oh, sorry.
Yep, can't hit the microphone.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that was the case, and then another one holding a bunch of caterpillars in her hands and stuff, and just to see the excitement.
And then almost fighting over them because they're going to release the next one. They're going to release the next one. It's just so fun.
And, it's just a great time. And, we don't have all the answers, but, we're not saying the way we do it's the perfect way. And there's lots of difference in anything scientific. You're going to have a lot of different opinions. And everybody always tries to say, follow the science and their way's the right way. Well, there's different opinions, and we do our best to do it as best we can, as best we know.
As natural as we can.
And, we test OE as a parasite that's on a lot of the monarch butterflies, and You get into the aspect of tropical milkweed. Well, in the South, that is a problem. But up here, where it's an annual and it dies off every year, we don't feel like that's a concern here. And so we do grow the tropical. Yes, we try to have native plants as much as possible, but especially in the late fall, some plants like the balloon plant and the tropical milkweed and Mexican sunflowers, which are all native plants, but they still give us a lot of late fall nectar plants, and so they need that to be able to get their energy reserves for the 5-month vacation to Mexico. It's a long flight.
Well, and back.
Yep, and back and stuff. So, those are some of the things that we do. Kathy's got a YouTube page that she's put a little bit of the information up on, and we're going to try to do a better job of that, helping you, because some of you reached out and said, hey, we started raising them, we're doing this, and so we're trying to help that. And I'm working with Marty. We're going to do a bunch of videos with Marty to be able to educate people on how to grow them.
A wealth of knowledge.
He really is and stuff. So, I know this is going long, but we just wanted to share this, and we're out here right now. Let's see if we can show you, this right here. It's just to have these little gentle things, and
it's a girl.
And sometimes they'll sit there and stay on your hand for a little bit, and that's always the fun time when you can just sit there and look and
watch them.
Especially with the little kids, if you can have it. But a lot of times they'll just fly immediately off,
Yeah.
and we don't control
Even
that.
the adults, though, are like, oh my gosh, their bodies have polka dots on them.
Yeah.
It's just
Try
amazing.
to turn it, and maybe you can see it a little. And I can see him. He's turning his little head. Now, one of the neat things, we shared a video the other day where Kathy was... Now, I'm going to be honest. I love them, and I try to help where I can, grow some of the plants and stuff. But as you know, I'm gone a lot with the Weather Channel, and so this is mainly Kathy's doing. She works on it.
I was
takes
going to
care
say,
of,
I just try to keep the plants alive.
and trying to get all the milkweed and feed the monarchs. Well, the other day we're trying to have enough monarchs to release, so we kept them a little longer. It closed earlier today. And so we like to try to do it the same day, waiting a couple hours after they come out. But it's a situation that we had to feed those. And so there's a little video. And so what you do is you get a little honey water. I think it was 6 parts water and 1 part honey. And
Right.
But they've got their little proboscis, I think is how you pronounce it. It's tongue for a better anything else. But they don't know that you're trying to feed them. So you get a little toothpick and you pull that proboscis out, put it down in that water, and then they go to town, don't they?
It's amazing that they just go, oh, okay, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
And they will stay there. They stayed there the other night 3 minutes drinking. It's amazing.
So sometimes you have that. I tell you what, Kathy, why don't you get another one real quick? I'm going to take this one and go put it on a coneflower over here.
There he goes.
Was it she, wasn't it?
She, yes, sorry.
Yep, no, it's just want to make sure
Watch this one fly off real fast. It did.
You could already, sometimes you can almost
You can tell. Yeah, I'm going to grab another one.
And we'll see on this one. Yep, that was a male right there, and off he goes.
Oh, and the second one was a female.
It was a female.
Oh, and I think that one was a female. She went quick.
Here's a female.
Yay!
Let's see what she does.
Oh, so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh.
Went over our tomato plant, our little cherry tomato plant. So.
Which does have blooms on it, so maybe she'll get some nourishment there.
So listen, not just because they make pretty pictures and other things, but where they go to overwinter in Mexico this past year was the second lowest numbers that there's been since we've been counting, and it's been a long time. So there's lots of reasons for it. The concern is this year, because of a lot of the Midwest heavy rains, the monarchs don't want to lay their eggs, go out in the rain and do that. And so, they started from a low number because of the bad migration. Yeah. A lot of that was contributed to a drought in Texas, and a lot of fall nectar plants weren't there for them to build up their fat reserves for that trip. And so there's just a lot of challenges that are going on, but a few of the things that you can do is plant milkweed. You know, some of them, the common milkweed can be invasive and grow where you don't want it to grow, but we just mow over it and pull them up. It's not that big a deal, but swamp milkweed doesn't do that. And so that's why, like Marty, for an example, in his milkweed giveaway, he does the swamp milkweed. Those will come back every year for quite a few years.
Pretty pink flowers, you'll love it.
Yep, and stuff. So, you know, that's one. And then also nectar plants, and especially like I just talked about, plants that give nectar in the late fall. You know, there's some different ones. Look for your area and figure out what plants work best in your area, and maybe even look for drought-resistant fall nectar plants. So when we do have those droughts, maybe that'll still have some nectar for them, and just educate and get to know a little about it. So we just want to encourage you to do what you can to help the monarch butterflies. And you know, the pollinators are important. I mean, they're just one of them, but a lot of the pollinators are in decline. Bees are in decline, and you know, that's vital to our food source. I mean, we have to.
We don't have those. We don't have food.
So it's beyond just you know, these pretty butterflies that flutter around. They're helping our food source and helping us. So listen, you know, enjoy the monarchs. Do what you can to help them. Reach out to, I'll tell you, Marty Powers at the Shiloh Museum of Ozark History in Springdale is a great resource. You can contact him there. He knows 100 times more than we know about what to do and everything, but feel free to reach out to us as well. We'll do everything we can to help you. So listen,
first of all, enjoy it.
That's right. Get your kids out there, your grandkids, and just get out there and enjoy these beautiful, beautiful creatures. I hope you have a wonderful day. You take care now.